Start recording. So it's all on record. Okay, so this is recording. So officially you're on the 10 day of the 10-day launchpad. And Saroj just asked a question, which is there was a sentence about how to sell, that about how specifically to talk about sentences which connects to one particular client, which is phrase was that you will be able to reconnect with your friends and dance. You'll be able to dance and reconnect with your friends. Well, that those sentences, Saroj, is actually unique to you. It's you can use it in emails, in sales copy, in while doing a sales presentation, and because that is just for one person. If another person comes and says, "Oh, you know what? I feel so embarrassed to dance at my office parties. I used to enjoy dancing at office parties." Then those are the cues you look for. Anything they share, which you can use to help them connect back to your product, you use it. And the way you are prepared for it to one look for those answers is by when you use the 3 hop process, which you learned in day 3 or day 2, is where you actually learn, okay, so I'm going to speak, I like to work with only this type of person, this job title and this life circumstance. And this, when you have that specific, you do all the research you want. You actually think, okay, what would they do in this situation? Okay, how would their life be? What kind of house they would have? What kind of friends they would have? What kind of social life they have? What do you think their challenges are? Do you think they would have this, if they're in this job, do you think they would be able to spend on healthy eating? Do you think their grocery, they would be able to spend on grocery bills this expensive in eating organic food? No, so they must be eating out. So you will look at more and more and more and more and more questions. You will look, you know what, this, that means they must be on a credit card debt or every month. Okay, so how can I create a plan for them so they can not say no? So that I have to create a payment plan as part of my offer. So some people may have their finances in order. Some people may want a financial plan. So when I'm creating a product, I'll have both options. Okay, good. So you will start thinking in these ways so detailedly that allows you to connect with them at a very, very, very personal level. So what the sentence we came up with yesterday was just a random one, but you know it connects.
Absolutely.
And that might be the one.
Well, it's quite interesting because I looked at the sentence again and I started creating other sentences similar.
Good.
And then I just decided to start writing about the one sentence I thought reached out to me. And
Good.
I've just written a paragraph on it.
Well done. See,
So,
that's how you keep going. That's it. The moment you connect, you see, the content creation is just simple. Once you have the word, once you have, it's basically you're forming your own question. That's the key thing here, because you have all the answers inside you. Because it's difficult to just come up with an answer without a question. It'll be silly, right? You're just coming up with an answer without a question. But when your client or your prospect or someone, your family, friends, or anything, anybody asks you a question, you would know how to answer it. There is no question you cannot answer. The content just keeps coming out.
okay.
So content creation for you becomes challenging when there is no question. So the content carousel, what I created, is basically for you to frame your own questions.
Okay.
That's why. And that's when you create content which with sales in mind, with your product in mind, with your smallest win in mind, you create content with all of these in mind. Every content you create becomes a sales piece. Because when I teach, you in advanced courses, I teach you how to seed plant. Like when I do a webinar, I seed plant. When I sell from stage, I seed plant. Nothing I speak on the stage is without a connection to the closing question. Nothing. No jokes, no stories. Nothing I say is just random.
Okay.
Because everything is connected to the 3 hop question: who I love to work with, what problems do they have, and what is my specific solution. So I have to bring them back to my specific solution.
Okay.
Any story I decide to use to choose, I don't make up stuff. That's lying. I use different parts of my life and I put it together and a nice story. That's what editing is. if the director would decide to show everything what he has shot without using editor, you would fall asleep because it'd be a 5-hour movie, right? The editor takes you back to the scene, comes back to the present time, takes you forward, builds up the suspense, builds up. It's entertaining. It's a wave of emotions. Hey Raghu, welcome. And that's what you need to create for your client in a sales pitch, in coaching, in every. So the thing what I learned most, I used to think sales is different, marketing is different, coaching is different. Everything is one, is sales. Everything is sales. Because selling is what? It's ability to, you are giving the other person to express themselves. So even if, which marketing campaign you enjoyed most is when there was an engagement part. Like any campaign which has gone viral in the history of marketing campaigns is when the audience has engaged with it. Think of Pepsi ad, Coca-Cola ad, or any movie ad, or any marketing ad. The audience was part of it.
Yeah,
That's why it became viral. So you have to, I'm not asking you to make viral campaign videos. I'm just saying you have to sell. If you have to sell, the default requirement of selling is you're allowing the other person to express. So when you're doing a Facebook Live, I constantly ask, hey, how are you? If my number on the view count increases, I stop what I'm teaching. I say, hey, welcome to the group. I don't do it every time, but every 5 minutes, I repeat, hey, welcome. This is Chinmai Swamy. You're inside the exclusive members area of the virtual income secrets. Today I'm talking about this. Welcome. Hey, say hi. The moment they say hi, I know that I have their attention. If a view count increase even by 1 or 2, I stop what I'm teaching and I welcome. Okay, because so everything is selling. Selling is what? Allowing the other person to express themselves. And you can only express, they will only express if you engage with them. You engage with them by using the right words, the right questions, so that they feel like, oh, Saroj knows me. Oh, how did she know I miss dancing? How did she know? Little do they know that you slipped because you were listening to them. So it's important that you do the homework, do the hard work of writing down. See, what I gave a fun exercise yesterday, I'll type it down today, is that you need to write one viewpoint on your client every day. Okay, either
you're not sharing.
It's in the chat.
Oh,
either
right.
On health or wealth or relationship. Share. Okay. So, okay, let's go to the session. Wait, let me start the session so that we can at least.
Thank you.
Let's start the presentation. Create. Now, I know I've not started the agreement, so that doesn't mean that you stop engaging, asking me questions or using the chat box. Okay, let's get the agreements fast, because that way you will engage clearly. Okay, so welcome to day 10, create win-win situations. So we went a slight detour based on the question, Saroj, and that's a powerful question. The fact that it's not, just to reframe, I hope you understand the point, Saroj. It's not that you have one question, one sentence. It's your ability to see more viewpoints of your client.
Yeah.
That helps you become them. Once they feel like they understand you, they will trust you. Okay, that's why you're looking for common viewpoints. Okay, your agreements. Today, you will not record this presentation. You will only know what happens because you will only participate. You know what I'm teaching with you already. You already know everything I teach you is already know, and I'm putting this together by you participating so that you only accept if it's true. If you don't accept any of it, that means you don't agree with it. So if you don't agree, you're not going to take action. If you don't take action, you don't get results. So then you're in the wrong place. So you have to ask me questions. You have to engage, because I could have done this in a 1 hour video session, covered all the 10-day Launchpad content in 1 hour video and shown it to you. You know, you wouldn't have understood any of it, but I want you to. That's how every teacher in the market is teaching, creating courses by just thinking courses is just videos. No, videos is just 10%. So you only proceed when you're 100% clear. You only proceed 100% clear. You will participate in drills and exercises. There are some short drills I do, asking you to write down something or ask me questions or come up with answers. I want you to participate, engage with them in the Q&A. You will commit to all sessions. This is the last one, and I congratulate you if you have attended every 10 of them and you're taking action. Congratulations. And you need your wins. If you have shared your wins, congratulations. And that's well done. And I congratulate and I want to thank the first person who shared the win, because of which everybody shared after that. So there was that one person waiting to share, and everybody shared within 45 minutes. And that's so fascinating. So you're all waiting for who to share. So that person's the leader of the group then. So tomorrow or today, you get to be the leader of the group if you share your win first. That is so much fun. It's the group dynamics, how it changes. So you will have fun. You will have fun. So do you agree with these agreements? Type in agree or say agree.
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 Agree. Type in agree or say agree. I want you not uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now I want you to type in agree or say agree. Yes, agree. Good. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So far, today we'll be covering the last one, which is create win-win situations. Let's do a quick recap. Let's do a quick recap of the game. Who is still interested to play the game? Who is still motivated to play the game?
Yes, very much.
Yes, for sure.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yep.
You must launch your own challenge based on your smallest win. Your smallest win. That's it. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have eaten this. This chocolate was in front of my desk for 45 minutes and I finally gave in. Sorry. Let me finish chewing.
Not enough willpower.
I went to the kitchen to get water. I ended up getting a chocolate back. I don't have water now. Where is it? That's so silly.
That's funny.
Temptation.
You must create. Sorry?
Temptation.
It is temptation. So you must create your own Facebook group and you must market like crazy. You must get your own 100 members. You must create new content every day. So 20 days starts from today. So you have 14 out of 20 days. If you create every day, it's brilliant. 14 days minimum to qualify. You must help your members play the game. You must nurture them. You must motivate them. You must encourage them. You should support them live, however way you can, in your own group, in your own style, in your own method. You're going to help your members play the game. You must share your win from your member. If your members, just one win, as saying, wow, thank you, Turani. I have not even touched my saxophone for years. Thank you so much for things. That's a win. That's a win. I'm not talking about the smallest win. It's a win. So any win, you have to share. You have to ask them to post it in the group and you have to take a screenshot and share it. That's the win. Prerequisite to qualify, prerequisite to win is you must share your wins every day and you must participate every day, because only when you, with your wins, you grow stronger, and with that you become more closer to winning. So share your wins. If you can share multiple wins, share multiple wins, because if you're sharing your wins, that means you're introspecting yourself. You're not distracted by any other distractions. You're focusing on the task in hand. and you're writing down, and you're like, oh, wow, I like this idea. Oh, this came from the day 3. Oh, day 3 is so powerful. You should really join this. It helped me create my one problem, which was I was avoiding for all these years. It finally broke free. Bam, that's it. Win over. Then you're again back, you're working. So if you will get more wins when you're working on yourself. So keep sharing, not just for my benefit. It's for your benefit. It's for you to inspire others. So that's important. And you will win. And a $50 Amazon voucher or a Marvel mentoring program for 3 months, whichever you choose. You don't have to choose. Anything you choose, you get it. And there will be more than one winner. You have to have one winner. Okay, so you can't see. I'm being very, you need to, I'll take a screenshot. I'll send this email to you, or you take a screenshot of this. I'll put this in the group again. You have to understand the requirements of this to win. If you're just sitting and saying, I just posted 10 times, where's my prize? You're not going to get it. You understand?
Okay.
You understand the rules, what I'm putting down. You have to be a winner to win. Okay? And I want you to win because you're already a winner. I want you to sharpen your skills. I want you to get stronger. You want to get more and more, discover yourself more and more powerfully. So let's revision. So before, are you still interested to play the game now?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you feel you're strong enough to play the game?
Yeah.
You feel you're ready to play the game, or do you need more support?
Yeah.
Ready to play the game. Yes.
Ready to play the game? Awesome. Let's
Ready
go.
to play the game.
Ready to the game. So day 1, secrets. 3 secrets you're missing is the right gradient, correct strategies, and live mentoring. You got all 3, and these are the 3 things you need to give to your clients. The curse of knowledge is powerful one. Once you learn something, you forget what it was like before you learned. For example, you now use the word gradient like it's an everyday word. You didn't know this. Can you think of a life before gradient?
Yes, I can see it now.
Good. Can you think of how your life was before gradient? How challenging it was?
Very much so.
Very much so? Unfortunately. You're still new. You're still learning. You're still new. That's very funny to learning. Others, can you think of a time before you learned gradient?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's new for you. Okay. Can you think of another skill which you learned, like cooking? Before you name one skill which you all, I think driving is a skill everybody knows.
Cooking, yes.
Cooking, driving. Can you think of a time when you didn't know how to drive?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
challenging
Yeah.
it was, how stressful it was to drive, how it was, how dependent you were on others. You can remember. I'm not saying you're remembering, but can you feel that helplessness, that urge to get over to learn driving again? The same intensity. It's challenging unless you put your focus there. If I ask you to go teach driving, will you teach? And ask money for it? No. You will be like, oh, I don't have certificate for that. Oh, I don't know if I know everything right. So you will think of that. So that's what's happened when you're your own product, in your own coaching program, in your own training program. The moment you learn and improve yourself as a being, you become a better person, you forget what it was like before. That's what happens because of curse of knowledge. We covered that in day 2. Day 3, we learned your M spot, which is how the overlap of what you love to do, what you're good at doing. Love to do is what you can love to do 24 hours 7. What you're good at doing is what you're good at doing and you want to get paid for. Trending is what people are currently looking for, currently willing to pay money for. Day 4, audience and the gradient. We learned the 3-hub process and the gradient for your own clients, which is the smallest, the big, and the biggest. Today, the scope of the 10-day, Raghu, yes, I've totally forgotten, tried harder to remember, but unable to. Yes, Raghu, good. See, that's how powerful your mind is. And the gradient and the scope of the 10-day Launchpad is the smallest win. Design your game, created your own challenge on day 5. Day 6, you learned what it is to build your tribe and market it. And there are hundreds of organic marketing. There are hundreds. I'm not saying what you learned here is the only ones you need to use. What I'm saying is you need to use this as the bare minimum. Start off with what you have learned in this, and then if go and learn more strategies. Day 7, create content like a pro. You learned how to create content. All you need is to frame your own question. And you do that by either starting with a word, choosing your step, solution, or a system, and defining your own angle of the question. You create the answer first, and then produce the answer into blogs, videos, podcasts second. Okay. That's how you do it. You don't do everything in day 1. In step 1, if you try to do everything in step 1, it is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a complicated procedure. Day 8, share your message. We learn what is the laws of communication and marketing. Day 9, how to start selling. We learned the fundamentals of what is selling, which is basically allowing your prospect to express themselves. We learned that by 3 types of questions: engagement, open-ended, and close-end questions. Now you know everything what it is to create a product, to market a product, to sell, and to communicate at the bare minimum. Everything is selling. And right now I have a audience who are just listening and not communicating. So what's happening? Are you on your phone? Are you on your laptop?
Listening.
Totally. If you're listening, you're dead. If you're only listening, you're dead. You only listened. You only inhaled that exercise. You inhaled for what? 17 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds. I've been talking for, how long has this been recording? I've been talking for close to 20 minutes. Where is 30 seconds and 20 minutes? You've been dead 19 minutes, 30 seconds ago. So you have to engage. Your mind is not at your will to say, you know what, I'm just going to sit back and listen to Chinmai. He's so nice. No, you have to inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. So tell me,
Can I ask a question?
Please, always.
You know the bit at the end, we did the open-ended questions, but can you clarify the closed bit?
The closed bit is good. Closed bit are questions where you're giving them where the answers are also provided. So they just have to choose with the answers you've given. So it's like an multi-choice questions, like a poll. I do polls in my Facebook group. So you do polls in your Facebook group.
How does that get you the close?
You're asking, you've meant, I'm not asking you the closing question, not the closing question, the close-end questions.
Close-end question.
Like a closing, yes. Closing question is, would you like to buy the product? I'm not saying that's the closing question. There are multiple closing questions. Okay, that's confusing, I can imagine. Okay, I am not asking you I didn't cover closing questions at all yesterday.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, no, not a closing questions like, okay, if this is so good, so how would you like to start? That's a different thing. That's a closing question. You're right, Saroj. That's a very good clarification. Close-ended questions are where the answers are defined by you. Open-ended questions are, what do you think of this movie? You're just open-ended. Anything, the client can say anything.
So closing, open-ended questions. Repeat that once more. So I need to understand.
The purpose is you need to ask these in this order. First, you ask them engagement questions. The purpose of engagement question is for them is to establish communication. Is to establish communication. That means get the receiver's attention. That's the objective of the engagement question.
That's asking them how they would feel, yeah?
Engage. Go back and listen to the thing that I gave you examples. The most questions are open-ended. What do you find most interesting? Engagement questions are, hey, What do you think of the weather? You're engaging with them. Here, you're getting a receiver's attention. You get someone's attention when you acknowledge them, right? Your job for all the responses is to agree and acknowledge. Are you with me?
Yeah.
That's your job. I told you, you
Yes.
cannot, your job is not to be a fact finding person who is sitting there and correcting facts and who's doing a judgment about whatever this your prospect is telling, to assess if the prospect's responses are factually correct. That's not your job. Your job is to get the receiver's attention. Remember, if you don't have a receiver, there is no communication. Engagement question is to establish communication. So when I start a webinar, when I start a Facebook Live, any new members come in, I establish communication, engagement. Hey, thanks for coming in, joining. If you say hi, type in hi. I'm establishing communication. I'm getting receivers' attention. Here, even in this call, I get your attention by saying, hey, type in agree. Are you here? Type in yes. Are you with me? Are you watching Netflix? No, come back here. I keep getting your engagement back.
Yeah.
Okay. Then open-ended questions. The purpose of open-ended questions is for them to open up, is for them to share, is for them to build trust, is to start the trust. Not start, forget trust. I think is to build trust. Here you ask your most questions. It's like, what do you find most challenging about your weight loss program so far? What do you find? What do you want to achieve? What do you most miss being thin or being healthy? They will share. If they share, that means they're opening up. They are giving you words. These are the words you use to connect back when you're closing. So purpose, use this. This is where if you do the open-ended question very good, you will have zero effort in getting a client.
Well, Chinmai, the way
Yes.
I would put it, when I used to say, I would say that if you ask enough open-ended questions, you'll know quickly enough whether or not they're going to buy or not. And for me, that's what I've seen.
Okay, good.
Because,
yes.
Yeah, because that's what's important. I mean, it's not so much important whether they buy or not, because you don't necessarily believe everyone will buy. But if you waste a lot of time with one person, you're not able to go and see other people who may buy your product.
I know, very smart. Yes. Recently, I had to do about 40 sales calls in a day. I had to get 40 sales calls in a day, like on a telephone sales. I was doing that. And within 5 minutes, I would establish if that person's a buyer or not a buyer. Because I would rather spend that extra 10 minutes with someone else who's going to buy. But in 5 minutes, because I'm good at it, in 5 minutes, I build trust. I ask enough engagement questions. I build enough agreements with them. I agree so much with them that they're like, oh, Chinmai gets me. Okay. I ask an open-ended question. They ask me, then I ask them again, like how Turana said, you want to know how quickly they want to buy. So I asked them, they're like, no, I don't have money. Now is not the time. I need to ask them questions. So I know how to handle those objections, but they come last. Objections. Sorry, that's not right. Closing question comes last. Objections come the moment you ask an open-ended question. Sorry, a moment you ask a close-ended question. When you ask, what do you think about this product? What do you think? Would you like to do a diet on a daily basis? Would you like to have a coach for yourself, or would you like to do it on yourself? Would you like to do it by yourself, or would you like to have a coach? No, I like to do it by myself. That's an objection. Then that opens up for you to ask a question. Why do you not like a coach? Blah, 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 they say. Then those are the objections. Okay. Is it money? They're like, no, it's not drilling. Okay, good. Then what is it? Oh, I had a bad coach. Okay, good. So then are you going to use that for the rest of your life to not have a good coach? Oh, no, I find it very difficult to trust. Okay, good. Then if you continue like this, are you going to get better results? Like, no. Then you're going to do something different. I said, yeah. Okay, get a coach. Oh, okay. That's how you go. The open-ended, close-ended questions. Objective of the open-ended question is to build trust. Objective of the close-ended questions is to get all the objections firsthand. This is, see, I can't teach you all this sales in a revision part or even part of the 10-day launchpad, because remember, the scope of the 10-day launchpad is to get the smallest win, is for you to have the ability for them to take action on your strategies and for them to get a win. That's the scope of the 10-day launchpad. If I get into the concepts and start teaching you how to handle objections, how to frame your closing questions, that is a different gradient.
Yeah, but I also think, Chinmai, that what you've done so far is powerful in and of itself, because obviously once they get the small win, it does open the conversation for people to buy or not to buy.
Exactly.
Let's finish what we've started now with the challenge. Then after we review the challenge, then you can tell us what more can be done.
Absolutely. Close-ended question is to get all objections out of the way. Once you have done all these three, you can then pitch your product. That's how you do it. Okay, so Saroj, does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
This is a bit out of scope for the 10-day launchpad, but it is enough for you to handle the challenge.
Yeah.
If you find any situation which you can't handle a challenge, you can always ask a question in the group and I will help you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next. Today we learn about creating win-win situations. Win-win situations. Okay, well, let's get rid of this. Tell me, what is your definition of win?
And the client and yourself you've created a good result for both of you.
Correct. That's a beautiful definition. Yes. Okay. There are more people in the chat and I want to have more responses, either type or say.
For me, it's when we both win our respective goals.
Correct.
I deliver.
What is the definition of win? Your definition of win is when you both win respective goals. Okay, great. Hey, Annette. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
If you use another word, victory. And
okay, good.
Trust they had because you gave them a product, they're ready to buy, so you've won them.
Good. That's a beautiful win. That's a nice definition of your win. Great. What else is your definition of your win? What is your definition of a big win?
Progress.
Progress. Wow, I love that, Annette. Okay, good. What else? Raghu, Elizabeth. What is your definition of win? And if you have given answer already, you can give more answers. Trust me. Keep going.
Achieve your purpose.
Achieve your purpose. Monetary value. Okay, that's very brilliant. When I'm able to close. That's a good one, Raghu. Good. Okay. So the definition of win is to help my client get results. That is my definition of win. Smallest win leads to big wins and will eventually lead to biggest win. That if I can get them to win a small win, more and more wins. Win of my clients makes you move ahead and grow. When my clients win, I grow. Is it not true?
Yeah,
it's true.
I grow when my clients win.
It confirms you're on the right track as well.
Good. So what should be your daily target as a coach, mentor, and trainer? If wins of your client makes you move ahead and grow, what should be your daily target as a coach, mentor, and trainer?
Well, to say how have you facilitated wins for them that day?
Oh, wow. I love that. Good. What else? What should be your daily target?
To help others to do this, to help your mentees do the same.
Yeah.
Do the
to,
same.
you
Okay.
know,
Good.
to obviously progress
To
like
progress.
you were.
Well done. Okay. What else? Come on. Answer.
Have a plan in place for them to follow. Kind
Have
of
a plan in
a
place for the
structure, a
structure.
structured thing, yes, for them to
Yes.
follow. Yes.
Constant improvement of the client. Wow, Raghu, that's well done. Yes. Correct. Absolutely. You've all got it nailed on. The daily target is to help my client move ahead and progress. 100%. And what goals do you write? When you sit down on the day, do you write goals to help others, or do you write goals? Do you write your day-to-day tasks to help yourself?
Their goals.
Look at your, no, right now, what do you write? Right now, so far,
No, my goals. Yes,
You
I'll
have
be
to have
honest
your
with you.
goals and their goals.
I know it's not about goals. I'm telling you, when you write down, sorry, I used the goals, I misled you. Sorry. When you're writing down your daily tasks, what you want to achieve, do you write what you want? Are they, do any of them include how am I going to help my clients get better, or how am I going
Creating
to
a
get better?
communication with your client, yeah?
Sorry?
You're creating a communication with your client so they
I
agree.
know. Manjit, my question is, what are you doing right now? What have you been doing until now? Until now, you've been focusing on yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes,
others
I'll
as
agree
well,
with
not
you.
just on myself.
I know. Elizabeth, I know you work on your cakes. I agree. You are passionate to give your clients the best cake
Yeah.
celebration. That's why
Yes.
you have success.
Thank
Any
you.
moment, anything you do in your day, you do it so effortlessly when you focus on your client. Look at everything you have achieved in a day. All of you, everything you have achieved, huge tasks, is when your intention has been to help your client.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
The same effort, the same task, when you had to do it for yourself, you have procrastinated enough, haven't you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I
If
mean,
you
I
had to
know that
bake a
if I have,
cake for your own birthday, if you had to bake a cake for your own celebration, would it be easier, or would it be a chore for you, Elizabeth?
I hardly bake cake for myself, really.
Sorry, you haven't.
I hardly bake cake for my birthday. It was only one or twice. I always bake cake for people.
I know
I
you find
mean,
it.
because I was expecting somebody else to bake for me, not for me to bake cake for myself on my birthday.
I know you find it odd, right, to bake a cake for yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's it, because you find it so beautiful to bake cake for others, to add value to others. You find it easier, isn't it?
Yes.
When your clients come to you with problems, you have all the solutions for your clients. Yes,
Definitely. Yes.
you have the same problems, but you can't find
Can't
solutions
see
to them.
it.
Sorry,
Can't see it.
I didn't hear that, Annette. Sorry.
You can't see your own problems.
You can't see your own problems. I know. It's not just you can't see. The reason you can't see your own problems is because you're as a spirit, as a person, you perform at your best in serving others,
Yes.
in helping your clients get wins. So that's
Yes.
why you can see everybody else's solutions and not yours. So you need someone else to solve your problems so you can
That's
solve
it.
others' problems. That's why you need a coach, and you need to be a coach for others. That's how the whole game is,
yeah,
fundamentally.
that's true.
Okay, so if your daily target is, as a coach, mentor, and trainer, is to help your client move ahead and progress, and your daily target is to create, communicate, close your ideas, products, and workshops, to do it every day, what is a prerequisite for you to help your clients get results? What is prerequisite for you to help your clients get results?
Prerequisite. Is that to know what the client's looking for?
Okay, that's a very good answer. That's a very good observation. Yes, Saroj, yes.
Well, to care about your client's results.
Sorry?
I think you covered that. Well, to care about your client's results.
To care, yeah, absolutely. To be able to relate to clients' problems. Very good one, Raghu. Yes, absolutely. You adding validation, absolutely, Diwali Ben. That's a great one. What is prerequisite? What is prerequisite for you in helping your client get results?
To fulfill the intention of your clients, maybe, or you.
Yes, correct. Yeah, intention fulfillment is an important part.
Well,
Prerequisite is you need to be a coach, a mentor, or a trainer every day. You need to be a coach every day, not few moments in a day where you decide to create a solution and post on Facebook and go back to bed and do something, switch on Netflix.
Like Netflix a lot. You know, I've never
no,
watched it.
no, anyway, Chima, I won't go there.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's true. I would do that. Yeah,
I think
it's true. Just
my
put one
intention
post.
is to be a solution to somebody else's problem.
Yes, you need to be a coach every day, every day. Even if there is no one in your classroom, you should, even if there's one person in your classroom, you must go there and be a coach.
Yeah.
You need to sell every day because you do not know when your student will arrive. You don't know when that person will come and listen to you.
Can I share an experience?
Of course, Saroj.
There was somebody I was helping, a relative, and that person needed a lot of coaching. Yeah, and they said, "I just want you to listen. I don't want you to give me answers." And I'm like, "Okay." But being the mentor and the coach, because you've just confirmed your intention is to help them, and I've just realized that person was giving me verbal diarrhea instead of really listening and taking on board and making the change.
That's true. Why do you think? That's a very good story, man, Saroj. So basically, if I understood it correctly, there was one person who came to you for advice, but they were sharing and not listening to you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then there's your answer, because they have never been validated. They have never been validated. So that's why you use the word verbal diarrhea, because 99% of this population has never been validated by another person. And we all seek validation from our parents, from our friends, from our spouses, from others. We keep seeking validation because nobody validates. Everybody's forgotten to validate. So that's why there are riots, because they want to be heard.
Mm.
You go meet a friend, if you go meet elderly people, they will talk to you for days if you let them, because no one's spoken to them. No one's validated them for years. So your friend has not been heard, acknowledged, validated by any of their members. So she just wanted someone to just listen.
But I think as a coach, there has to be a defining line of
Yes.
allowing that person know when they need to, exhale, like you say.
I know.
And
Exactly.
and not keep going over the same thing. So it's a big difference.
It's a big difference. It's something you learn. You just say, you know what, hey, I understand you want to share. So what is your intention of this? You want me to listen to you? I'm happy to listen to you. Because it looks like you're in pain. I'm happy to listen to you. Whatever you're saying is so beautiful. I'm happy to listen to you. You just listen. Or if you say, if you want me to help you, are you okay if I stop you at some point and just ask you more questions about a certain topic? They would say, yeah. If you say, if I stop you and give you advice, no one will say yes to that. But if you say, is it okay if I stop you and ask you some questions about that particular scenario and find out, are you okay with that? Anyone would say yes. So your skill.
That's not true, actually.
Sorry?
That's not true.
It is true.
Happen.
It's always
in this case, it didn't happen. So
it didn't happen because you have not had the experience of standing. Because if someone comes to me and just does verbal diarrhea, after 2 minutes, I'll be like, okay, do you have a question? Because if you don't have a question, then you're just wasting my time. I am not here to I honestly, when I go to my workshops or on my coaching calls, like, do you have a question? They'll start off with, I have a question, and they go on with a story. I stop and I ask them, do you have a question?
Right.
And
That's a
they'll be like,
different technique. Thank you.
you're welcome. They're always speaking. They're always, because if they don't have a question, then then ask them, what is your intention of this conversation? And they'll be like, you make them think, I don't know. Like, if you don't have a question, then tell them I need to be somewhere else. That means if you are putting yourself in more, if you're coming across more people like that, then you're in the wrong end of the business. You're doing something wrong, that your space is filled with particles who drain your energy.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I think it's making sure as a coach and mentor, from my experience, to be aware that there are going to be people like that. So just to make sure that
there will always be people like that. You're very smart. Yes, you're very good in observing. Yes, there are always people like that.
And you got to control that environment as well. Not because you can't handle it, but because it's got to be good for you and your client.
Yes, you handle it. You make it good for you. Once you enter the space, your workshop, your webinar, your online thing, you are the boss of that space.
Yeah.
No one is senior. You are the boss. Okay, good. Then next, how to create win-win situations. So we spoke about win situation. How do you create win-win situations? It's a question for you.
Oh, situations. Well, you need to look for situations, at least in what I'm doing, where you and the client win. And I think, at least for me as a musician teaching people, the biggest thing is what you've said. Before they start the session, ask them what they are looking to do and work towards that goal with them.
Correct.
What are they looking to do away? Because at least what I found, this is for music, most teachers simply have students coming in day after day, paying, and they assume the student believes they're getting things right, things are improving. And when you ask the student, they don't see it that way.
I know.
At all.
Correct. That's a very good point. Thulane, of all the coaching sessions you've had for more than a year, of every coaching session, what's the first question I ask you in the beginning of the session?
What do you want from this session? What do you want to come away from this session with?
Yes. I always ask you that. Because that makes you think what you want. If I don't ask you that, you will just ramble on. Anyone would just do that. If you don't ask your client, what do you want to achieve from this coaching call, they would just think you're a friend. They would just do verbal diarrhea, as Saroj said. Because I put you at cause, you're like, I need to get this out of this, Chinmai. I'm struggling with this. I need this help. Then we started the conversation. Is it not?
Yeah.
That's true. That's how you need to start every coaching call. So now, good. So Tolana, you mentioned a very important point. If you don't establish that beginning, what would happen is teacher would teach so much, and the client will be like, I don't know what I got. I don't know what I learned from it. The client would get curse of knowledge. Because they would learn, they would get the improvements, they would forget what it was like before the improvement. So that when you share your wins, I know how you have grown, and also you know how you have grown. So when your clients share their win, you know how they are grown, and they know how they have grown because of you. So that if some smart, unethical person comes and says, I need to have a full refund, you are useless. Hey, hang on, look at these wins. What are you talking about? So there are some idiots out there. There are some unethical people. You need to protect yourself. So wins are that's one of the reasons why I ask every one of my coaching client, if you're coaching, get a win. Because you don't know if they don't get value, if they still haven't solved the problem, that's different. That's your problem to handle the situation different. If you and I you become my client as a coach, and you come to me after a period and say, Chinmai, I'm still not got my results, then we'll work it out. If you come and say, I got nothing, you are absolute waste of, I want a full refund, you're not going to get it. because you have not taken the results, you've not taken the action. And because that way, by asking you to write the wins after every session, it forces you to see your improvement. So that's why you create. So what Tulane said is very powerful. If you don't force your client to see wins in themselves, at the end they will be like, Tulane, I don't know what you taught me. I don't know. Like, it was useless. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was worth for money. Isn't it right, Tulane?
That's very true. That's very true. What I find, at least the biggest danger I find with, at least for music is very different from traditional coaching, in the sense that there's this unspoken rule that, well, it's going to take 10 years, right? And we all know it's going to take 10,000 hours. But that's dangerous if you're charging someone, because they're going to ask you, and I've asked teachers myself, and they're not happy with that, I came on day one, right? We've been with 6 months. I don't think I've improved, right? And I say that to them, and I just quit. I just don't pay them anymore. But I don't want the same thing to happen to me, because I realize that if you don't, like what you said previously, these small wins are crucial, because you can put these down and show them, well, when you came to me, you couldn't do this. You done this, you done this, you done this, right? Also, it helps build momentum. And this is new to me, I'll be honest with you, Chinmai. I didn't ever think that way, that the small wins are what add up to win the big one. I was always focused on the big one, and if I didn't hit the big one, I failed. There was no gradient.
I know. It's a life-changing concept. When I heard it, it's the same. I had the exact same feedback, realization. So that's very powerful, Tarana. Yes. So looks like every one of you are on your phones or have taken a break. Have self-decided to take a break.
No.
So have a conversation. Jump in.
I'm here.
Good. So tell me, how do you create win-win situations? You know how to create a win situation is to help your client. How do you create a win-win situation?
You both have to get something out of it.
Yes, you both have to get something out of it. Powerful, yes. Create a mutual agreement before you start. Yes, absolutely. That is the truth. Yes, you can apply. What is fundamentally a win-win situation? You both have to get out of it. That's a powerful statement, and yes, very good. How do you do that?
Your client gets what they want, and you also is able to fulfill it.
Correct. How do you do that? You do that.
Create a track record of what needs to be achieved, and then check the progress.
Yes, that's part of the promise. That's very good. Yes, you can't do that for if you have 1,000 clients. You can't have a track record for your 1,000 clients. How do you do that?
No, I mean, you tell them what you want.
Okay. Be clearly defining what a win is for the customer and what a win is for you. Yes, what is a win for your client is the promise you made. When they bought a product, you're making a promise.
Well, Chinmai, I'll put it this way. For you, and I'll just be upfront, for you it is we send testimonials, we send in the group, right? And you're very honest about the fact that, I can't see you. You're very honest about the fact that this is something which you enjoy reading, you enjoy reading our wins and the rest. So I think, at least from my thing, you have to define what that looks like to you as a coach, because your promise is the win to them, right? What is the win to you? Because the truth is, coaching, for lack of a better word, is not the easiest profession in the world. It's not the hardest, but we do it because we love it. So there must be something in there with us besides just the money. For me, it's the interaction with clients, which I like. I also like, when, not necessarily that they validate me, that they've won. Someone comes and says, oh, that tune was hard. I'm now finding it easier, right? Or the expression that they get. So at least for me, that creates the win-win situation. I feel as though, we're both winning.
Good.
But if it's
being aware of it, that's powerful. Well done. Yes. Very good, Tulani. Yes. So let's find out. So is by having an exchange. You all said the same thing. So you have to have an exchange. And if you've been part of the Create Your Dream Life series, which I did last month, there are 4 types of exchanges. First is the criminal exchange, which happens all the time. Getting or giving something without anything in return. That is a criminal exchange. What is the definition of a crime? Taking something or giving something with no return. Yes?
Yeah.
That's what a crime is, fundamentally. I just walk into a shop and I take what I want and I walk away without giving anything in return. That's a crime.
Yeah.
If someone comes and drops a sofa in my house and walks away, I'm like, what? I don't want your sofa in my house. Like, what are you giving me?
Yeah.
That's a crime. All right. So there is shoplifting, and there is shop dropping. Both, I don't know if shop dropping is a crime, but both are giving or getting something without anything in return.
This falls into the category, Chinmai, but with me, I mean, there are lots of vagrants where I am, and there are some
A
people
loss of
who
what?
are sort of, well, vagrants, you call them beggars. I mean, I have them a lot in my country. There are some who I help out, and just today, the guy who I normally give something to came to me drunk and high, and I sent him away with nothing, and I said to him that, I can't give you anything until you're sober. And he was extremely unhappy with me for saying that. But in my mind, that I do get a joy out of giving to them when he's sober. But if he's drunk, I didn't want to give him. But does that qualify as criminal exchange?
It is criminal exchange, Tulane. Very good you asked me that question. When you give something to charities, when you give something to things without nothing in exchange, it's a criminal exchange. You can never drive away poverty if you just giving them if you give them something without anything in return, you're actually validating that they are nothing.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I said to him that I want him to be sober first before I give him anything.
Good.
That's just my.
That's for that exchange. For next time he's sober, ask him to do something in return. Everybody wants to be productive. Everybody wants to add value.
I was going to say this. I mean, maybe it's a strange thing. My dad said this to me about India. He said, in India, they don't give benefits the way we do in other countries. They demand people dig a certain amount of holes per day because they said you cannot get something for nothing. And I thought that was a wonderful thing.
Okay, that's a good statement. Yeah. Okay. So anything, if you give a beggar or if you give someone like a charity, it's a criminal exchange if you don't get anything in return. For you and for them, it's even more damaging to them. It's like they have accepted they can't do anything about it. So you giving them money is validating their acceptance. If you make them take one step, one tiny small win, hey, I can give you this. I want to give you this sandwich. Can you do that for me? Can you pick up that litter and put this in the bin for me? Then I'll give you this sandwich for you. Make them do one task, or one thing, anything. Then they would know that they are worth more than just something for free. That's why these things are more spiritual. It's very steep gradient for you. But for now, in the terms of concept of coaching, you getting your win and win-win, let's just stick to what you. So getting criminal exchanges, teaching for free and getting nothing in return.
Chinmai, can I just say, I mean, in that environment, obviously, Talani saw that it wasn't safe for him to do that either. I mean, I'm not saying, but whatever situation you're in, you need to make sure it's a safe environment, irrespective of how they are, whether they're
I know,
high.
you're right, absolutely.
And I don't blame Talani for doing that because I would never do that. Because nobody's going to benefit.
I know, very right, very rightly said, Saroj. Well done. Yes, that's a very good observation, very good remark. Yes. So now, do you give me examples of criminal exchange which happens in the coaching industry, which you have done?
Well, like you said, giving advice for free is one which I'm guilty of for many, many times, right? Or giving advice when you have not been asked to give advice. There are people just pick it.
That's even more criminal.
Yeah, so a person pitches and say they have a problem and you are just known to the guy. I used to do this a lot, I'll be honest with you. I used to have friends who would be on the phone for 2 hours with me solving their problems and nothing ever happened. When I started coaching with you, I just stopped taking those calls. I realized, yeah, I mean, they send me stuff on WhatsApp, and I say to them, "Oh, are you phoning to send me some love?" And they don't actually write back again because the people who are doing that. And
You
I
are an
realized
amazing
that
student, Tulane. You are one of the best clients. You and Elizabeth are beautiful. You are so much fun. It's just amazing to see you both grow like that. Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
thank you.
Well, I
Fun.
can say a little bit about since I start coaching, you start mentoring me. A lot of things has changed regarding the way I view my life, my home, my kid, and I realized that nobody need to make me happy. I need to find my own happiness in myself, and also to look past the problem I'm facing at the time, and anything I set up to do, I need to complete that task. And a lot about closing circle as well. So because I had a one-to-one with you about a few days ago, and that's really helped me to finish what I start, not to jump from one thing to another. Because in order for me to grow, I need to finish one project before I start thinking of another one. And that's really changed my well-being and my mental being as well. So which is very nice. That's why I'm still saying that I don't know where I've been, but I don't know where I will be today if I didn't take that offer to hire you, to use you and hire you, and I'm honored for you to be my coach and my mentor. So I'm just amazed that all this time I've been waiting. Now that I take this step, I'm enjoying every minute of it. So
Wow.
thank you
Thank
very
you. Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. That's very
I have
kind of you.
congratulations on her dedication as well, because she's doing it from
Yes.
a car.
I
There's no
know.
dedication on the
I've
phone.
just come to a cake shop. I just need to pick something in a cake shop, and I've got my notepad. So I'm always looking for the call, because I know there's always things there for me to take on and apply it to my life. Not just my life, everything concerning me. So it's powerful, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You honor me. You honor me. That's the thing, because anything I teach, I want to make sure it applies everything. If because the truth is, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I have to give you strategy to solve one problem, it has to solve all the problems which is originated by that one problem. So I can't give you, okay, this problem is only for Facebook ads. This solution is only for when you go Facebook Live. This solution is only when you write emails. It doesn't work. So that's why I do. Okay, good. So give me an example of a criminal exchange in your own field, and you have witnessed or you have done. Come on.
Well, I know of musicians. One of the
I want
things I
everyone
know.
else to participate. Turan, I know I want to stop you because everyone else is just on Netflix right now. So
Fine.
It's not true.
so everyone else, I know it's not true. I just like using the word. I know. I want you to.
I was just about to say criminal exchange is when somebody's like offered a course, and then they'll say, well, if you do this, you'll get this for free and this for free and this for free. And then, so your course will be free. And then, but they make the target so high or unreachable that you won't get it.
I know. I've seen. It's like you have to sell something, you get back this much. Is that an example?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You
Or
can get, if you
just
sell
shares.
2 tickets, if you sell 5 tickets of this, you will make back the investment you've made.
Yeah.
I know. That's cheeky, but it's not a criminal exchange. It's an unfair exchange.
Okay.
Because you're getting something in return. Right? If I say, you know what, pay me £100, I'll give you this product, and I'll give you the option to sell these other products, and if you get that, you make back £100, and you only make back £25. But there is some exchange happened here, right, Saroj?
Yeah, but they've made it so difficult to do.
I know it's an unfair exchange.
Okay.
Criminal exchanges, you get nothing in return.
Oh, okay.
So give me another example of a criminal exchange.
It's with myself right now. It's with one client who's suffering from real digestion problems and bowel problems. She's not prepared. I gave her the the way to move forward and the juicing that would create more fibers. But from her side over the phone, she's not prepared to get up half an hour early to do anything for herself. She just wants a quick fix. So I'm just holding back now for her to do this before she sees results. Because if I start giving her a lot, she's not going to come back.
I know. Well done. That's very good. That's a gradient issue. You're handling it very beautifully. Well done, Manjit. It's not a criminal exchange. It's a gradient issue. You're very smartly, very elegantly handled it. Yes, if you give them any more, she won't take it. So see if you can lower the gradient.
Yeah.
Validate her. See, you validate, by validating her, you get her confidence up.
Yeah.
Then they will take action. Good. So that's a example of a very good example of incorrect gradient. Now give me an example of a criminal exchange.
Well, hopefully this is one. But I remember when I was working in my salon, this lady booked an appointment to have treatment done. And when she got there, you know, like I started, she wanted certain things in the treatment, and then she asked for the price. And then I told her the price, and then she goes, well, can't you make it cheaper? And I'm like, well, actually, no, because I really give a really good service and I'm fulfilling every single thing that you want doing. And at that point, I had to decide whether I should carry on or to stop treatment. And I chose to stop because,
well done.
Because at that point, I knew that she wasn't going to appreciate the work that I do and just expect something for the pennies that she wants to give us.
Okay, good. Now that's an example of unfair exchange because there was some exchange.
Okay.
There was some exchange. So unfair. So criminal exchange is she coming for a haircut and then she leaving without paying you anything.
Okay.
That's an unfair exchange. So you helping someone, you giving, if them telling, oh, if you give me a test product, I will test it and come back to you as a client. That's an unfair, that's a criminal exchange.
But there were companies that did that kind of stuff. They approach salons.
They don't, the products never make it.
Yeah. They only
That's
come
why
in for the
free
cheap
samples
treatment.
don't work.
Yeah. Or cheap treatments.
Or cheap. Yeah, but yeah, cheap treatments also, that's a different issue. But criminal exchange don't work. Next is an unfair exchange. Is getting or giving less than what was promised. We have heard enough examples of unfair exchange. Now, do you have any other exchange? Wait, hang on. Let me look at the chat. Sorry, I've missed this. Taking a complete project plan and never respond after that. Yes, that's true, Raghu. Yes, that's a very criminal exchange. Someone who's just wasted your time to get a plan and then never responded. That's a very criminal exchange. And it's your responsibility to not make that happen. It's not theirs. There will always be people who does criminal exchange. When an exchange happens, there are two people involved. Both are equally responsible. Okay, find out how you were responsible for that, Raghu, and how you will avoid next time. Then you are in control. Okay, unfair exchange. Give me an example of an unfair exchange. You're very smart to see the truth, Raghu. Well done.
When you promise to give 10 and you only give 5.
Yeah, very good. That's a very good example. Very good. Yes. What else? Give me another example. See, you learn the concept by going back into your life experience and giving me an example. That's how you learn a concept.
I mean, I've had ones where I've bought products where they've promised to give sort of life coaching and mentoring, and it's just never happened.
Yes, that's a criminal exchange, but I can take it as an unfair exchange. There was some exchange, I believe.
You got the product, you got the videos, you just didn't get the other bit.
Oh yeah, that's an unfair exchange. Yes. That's an unfair exchange. Yes. Okay, good. What else? Okay, let's go to the next. Fair exchange. Getting and giving exactly what was promised. So give me an example of a fair exchange.
When you buy bread.
Yes. A very good example.
You take the bread. That's what was offered. You've got the bread. There's nothing more with the bread. That's it.
No. Very, very, very elegant answer. Very right. Yes.
So
Give me
if I ordered a cake from Elizabeth and I said I want happy birthday to you, and she did the cake perfectly, then that would be a fair exchange.
Very good. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That's a fair exchange. Very good. Customer agrees on the price, I deliver on time, and I get complete payment. Well done. That's it. That's a fair exchange. Now, give me an example of exchange in abundance, getting or giving beyond what was promised. Give me an example of exchange in abundance.
I think it's happened to me once. A client paid me £100 for the cake, but the cake I made for her was more than what she paid for, and she really appreciated it, and she actually introduced more people to me. So I
That's
think, yeah.
See, that's an exchange in abundance. You gave more than what she asked for, and in return, she was obliged to give you more than what she think. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful example. Well done, Elizabeth. Well done. I provide free updates to make the sold product without customer asking for it. Yes, Raghu, that's a very good exchange in abundance. What else? What
Well,
other
I mean,
example?
what I've received from you so far, Chinmai, because originally I signed up for a course of how to build my funnel, but I've got so much more out of it. So I would say that that's an exchange in abundance.
Thank you,
Very much.
Tirani. Thank you. I was hoping I would get one example about me, but thank you. You gave it to me. Yes, I aim to give exchange and abundance in all products I sell. Everything I do, I aim for exchange and abundance. That's
Yeah, I don't think you're lying there. I think you've gone over the line with the exchange in abundance.
Thank you.
In fact, I still scratch my head with how much you do give.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think it's in abundance.
Thank you.
That's yeah, you're right. Tulani is wonderful. It's giving a lot of stuff. I mean, my tripod, most of the thing I'm using to do my videoing in the kitchen. So that's a bonus. And I'll still say thank you.
Wow, you're using them. Well done. Yes, that was the special thing I ordered. It's a special thing I introduced to the product. I give a surprise gift based on the client. I have different gifts in my mind. So based on the client's situation, I decide different gifts. For some clients, I send them a box of chocolates with a bouquet. For being a coaching client, then bang. For some client, I send them equipment which they need to get started, like that. So depending on that's a surprise. But this I couldn't surprise her because I needed to ask her some questions. So I needed to ask her address, and the coronavirus pandemic was there, so I needed to make sure she's at home so I could get the Amazon delivery in. So it was not a surprise, but I usually aim for a surprise that's extra wow. Okay, good. So that's an exchange in abundance.
Can I mention one?
Of course, Saroj, yes.
When we go to our salsa classes,
Oh, yes.
Pandemic, the teacher charges only for the class. So most places charge just for the class. There isn't any social dancing afterwards. So it could be like £9 for just 1 hour normally, but he lets you afterwards. We have a dance till about 11 o'clock, so which is quite nice. So
nice.
You get to learn more afterwards.
Good. That's good. Nice. That's a good exchange in abundance. Okay. Now, why is it important for you to win as much as for your clients to win? Why is it important?
Otherwise, you won't carry on coaching. You won't
Yes.
enjoy the process and get them more results if you're not winning.
Correct.
It boosts the confidence for both you and the client, so that you know that your product is right.
100%. You're very smart. Yes. If you do not get anything back, then you have committed a sin, because it's a criminal exchange, because of which you are fundamentally an ethical person. You will automatically sabotage your own success to stop you from being a criminal. So you will sabotage your own success. Name, fame, and more projects. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Why you want him? That's the right answer. Thing is, because if you don't create a win for yourself, you have committed a sin for yourself. And because what is the original sin? What is the most horrible sin a person can commit?
Not do anything at all.
No ingratitude.
The ultimate sin. What is the ultimate sin?
I was going not to do
Sin,
anything
okay.
at all.
Let's define what a sin is. Sin is doing harm.
Okay.
Creating harm. It's creating harm. So what is the ultimate sin a person can make? Person can commit?
When you have murdered your own product.
Yes, that's a beautiful, beautiful way. That is exactly the right answer. Suicide is the ultimate sin.
Yeah, true.
So when you have done a criminal exchange, you're harming yourself. When you're harming yourself, it's a gradient of on the scale of ultimate sin. So you stop yourself from doing that. So you sabotage yourself from being a criminal, because an ultimate sin, the top of the ultimate sin gradient is suicide. The lowest of the ultimate sin gradient is not paying for yourself, not rewarding yourself, not validating yourself, not getting anything in return. These are the lower gradient on the ultimate sin gradient. So you automatically stop yourself by sabotaging your business. So that's why it's important for you to get win from your to create win for you as much as it for your client. Hence, if you want to continue being a coach, a mentor, or trainer, then you need to at a minimum operate at fair and aim for abundance exchange. You need to minimum operate at fair exchange and aim for abundance exchange. I went a little bit off gradient, a steeper gradient, to explain you the concept of a sin. I came back. If it was too steep for you, I'm sorry. Now, do you understand why it's important for you to create your own win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand now.
Okay.
Deeper understanding.
Good. So creating win for your client should be your basic target. Allowing your client to give you an exchange should be your main target. You should allow your client to give you an exchange. That means, what is the concept of allowing your client to give you an exchange means? If a client wants to give you something, when can a client give you something? When there has already been an exchange. That means a sale has already happened. So if you are always making offers, so you should always be selling, because when you sell, you're allowing your client to give you an exchange. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So that's why selling is important.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you, and you have been brought up with, or you have been introduced to concepts of selling as evil or hard or challenging or not easy, not comfortable. You use all these words and makes it more challenging. Now you know selling is the most ethical thing you can do to yourself and to your client.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's come to an end of the 10-day Launchpad. Now you know what it is to create win-win situations. So recap: design your own win-win situation. Design your own. If you don't design, you won't get it. Okay, and are you ready to play your 10-day Launchpad game?
Yes.
Yes.
You ready? Okay, here's a recap. 10-day Launchpad. You must create your own challenge. Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Do you know what your smallest win is?
Yes.
Okay, share your smallest win in the chat. I want to see it. Type your smallest win in the chat. My client getting one inquiry for a prospect. Wow, by going online. That's a brilliant, brilliant small win. Helping saxophonists to play their first song in not saxophonist. If you are a saxophonist, by default, they know how to play a saxophone. So by
Okay,
helping, who's your three hop process? Who's your grade? Who's your target audience?
Well, doctors want to play saxophone.
Good. If that person is already a saxophonist, he knows he's a saxophonist.
Yeah.
The definition, the meaning of a saxophonist is a person who knows how to play a saxophone. Yes? Tulana, is that right?
Yes, that's true.
So you can't teach a doctor to be a doctor. So you have to replace saxophonist with another word. Helping doctors to play their first song on the saxophone in 10 days or less. Wow, beautiful. My client going out for a walk 15 minutes a day. Okay, good. Okay, that's a very powerful. One referral. Manjit Kaur, one referral. What does that mean?
Referral.
What is your win? What is your smallest win?
Yeah, that was the 2 kilometer walking.
So good, type it. Okay. So you must create your own Facebook group and market like crazy. You know how to create your own Facebook group. Do you have any questions on how to create Facebook group? Hello? Are you all clear on how to create your own Facebook group? How to create your own Facebook banner? It's a question and answer. So I need you to type me yes or no.
Yes.
Do you know how to create? Okay, good. And you know how to market your group?
Yes.
You know how to create content based on focused towards your 3-hop process and your thing. If you don't know, go back to the recorded video. If you after watching the recorded video, if you still have a question, ask me, then I'll help you. Okay, clear with that? Then you must create new content every day. So do you know how to create content?
Yep.
Create questions using the content carousel. Okay.
When you say content carousel, Chinmay, is that what we covered yesterday and the day before?
Yes. So that you pick a word, pick a step, and pick an angle, and then use. You must help your members play the game. So do you know how to create this support for your members? Annette said, create first Facebook group. Well done. That's a good one. Okay. Bake your first celebration cake under 30 pounds using my Bake Yourself Happy method. Yes. Well done. So you must get first share of the win from your member. Do you know how to ask for a win from a member? Forget asking. Do you know how to create a win for your member?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then they will give you. Prerequisite. You must share your wins and participate in live sessions. Today is the last live session, and I want you to share your win and qualify. That's a prerequisite. If you want to, the more wins you share, the more you qualify. The more you so even after tomorrow, you can write your wins. So every day if you're playing the game, you will keep getting wins. So keep sharing them. It's not just for the 10 days, it's the days after this as well. So if you're like, suddenly tomorrow you've joined a Facebook group, you've created a Facebook group, you've marketed and you got your 10 new members, and at the end of the day, you're like, it's not a win. And you go back to bed. You have not validated yourself. So every day when you're playing the game, you will improve. So I want you to make those improvement as a wins and share it in the group. That's why I made it mandatory. Are you going to have that are you going to accept the prerequisite here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Share the win. Yes. And Elizabeth, by saying, I think I saw Elizabeth Corey, you said, I had an amazing Zoom session yesterday. That's a good win, Elizabeth. You have to share it. If you do it once, I accept it. If you do it every day, that means you're not looking inside as to what you've gained and learned. Like how beautifully you explained how you see everything in your life is different and how you think. Now that's a win because that's powerful to you. If you find that to be too personal to share, that's fine. I don't want you to share that. But if you find anything in business or anything, because a group is about virtual income, anything which has helped you to get better clients, help you to get better confidence to ask for money, ask confidence to ask for more money. Anything with business, share in the group. Anything personally, you can always share it in the WhatsApp. Okay, I want to ask you all, do you want to be part of a WhatsApp group for the 10-day Launchpad?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
To promote? I would love it. That'll be good, right? Okay, let me create a group and send you a link. I'll add the link in the members area. I think I can do that, right? Yeah, there is a way that you can create. Yeah, I think I can create a group and share you. Okay, perfect. I can do that. Yes, I'll do that later today. Okay. Perfect. Yes. So then that's the prerequisite. Then you will win $50 Amazon voucher or a Marvel mentoring for 3 months, whichever you want at that time. When you win, you win. So there can be more than one winner, not just one. And so are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Ready, get
Yes.
set, go. Yes. I'm looking forward to this game. I hope all of you are a winner. Let's play. Okay, so share your wins, participate every day, take action, improve, and share your wins every day, because when you're playing the game, you will get wins. Ask your questions if you're stuck, if you're challenging. Post your question in the group so that others can also benefit from the answer I give. So you don't have to post it personally to me. If you want to, you can, but it will help more if you post it directly in the group as a post. Okay, so do you have anything else to share, or before I finish?
Can I say something?
Yes, Saroj.
Thank you, Chinmai.
You're welcome, Saroj.
For the 10 days and your time.
Thank you. Now,
and for the lessons.
Good.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. Good.
You really put a lot
Thank
of
you very
effort into
much.
making this possible.
Thank you. You're welcome. Now, can I ask you a favor, all of you?
Yep.
Do a testimonial video or a post for the 10-day Launchpad.
Okay.
Win is different. A testimonial is you specifically saying how beautiful 10-day Launchpad is. Can you do a video or a post, whichever you're comfortable with, for 10-day Launchpad? This is on top. This is nothing to do with the wins. Just to get you clear, wins are for your improvement. Testimonial is you allowing me to get more clients for 10-day Launchpad. Can you do that? If you say yes, it means a lot. Can you do that?
Sharon, how are you?
Okay, good. So only Saroj said yes. Anybody else committing to do a testimonial?
Yes.
Annette, yes, thank you. Okay, so testimonial. Can you do it today?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Today, perfect. Thank you. So I'm so excited for this new launch to this new competition. I've never done this before, and it'll be so much fun. Okay, ready, set, go. Let's go. Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.